Hi everyone, welcome to Lola's Frugal Life. This is episode number 120. Today I'm going to be talking about my favorite apps. So please stick around for a few quick words from our sponsor and we'll get right into the episode. Okay, so today I thought it would be kind of fun, hopefully, to do an episode on some of my favorite apps that I have on my phone that I use for a bunch of different stuff. They're not just necessarily money saving, there's productivity ones, there's shopping ones, all different kinds of apps. So I thought I might share, and maybe that might be helpful if there's any that you think would be useful to you, or I don't know. Maybe it's just fun to listen to, hopefully. So let's see. So the first app group that I kind of have on my phone is the like the productivity apps, I guess. So one of them is Fly Lady. Obviously, every week, if that's something you listen to, every week I do a Fly Lady zone cleaning episode. So I do have the Fly Lady app on my phone, which I really do love, with the exception of the fact that it crashed on me 2 weeks ago, and I lost all my data. I've had it for, I feel like it's got to be a couple years now, I think, and I've never had a problem with it, but they did like an update, or I don't know, it wound up coming back, but my data is not there, like as far as all the customization I had done. So I have to kind of put it all back in. But anyway, I really just like it because I really love how you can have all your different routines for cleaning, and you have your zone that you're in and what you want to work on in the zones, and then you can do like a weekly home blessing hour, they call it. That's like certain tasks that you do each week. And I just really like it. I love to check off things, so I like to go in and check things off as I've done them. So that's one app that I use to kind of keep home cleaning organized. And then the Strides app I really love, and that's for goals, like goals that you're working on. So like, for example, every day I try and drink 5 glasses of water. So like each time I drink one, I check one off, and then when I hit the 5, it's like, yeah, you hit this goal. I also have a goal in there for like playing a game with my kids 3 times a month, just to like make sure I like make it a point to sit down and play a game. So like every time I do that, I'll like check it off, and it's just kind of fun. It tracks streaks, you know, how often you've met a goal. It also tells you how often you haven't met a goal, so it kind of keeps you motivated. I actually was recently trying to make a habit, which I've been fairly good with. I have to still work at it, but of making a habit of making that the first app that I click on when I go into the phone, just as a reminder, so I always see those things I'm supposed to be working on. So that's the Strides app. Then what I also have for kind of keeping track of stuff is the Errands app. And I really like that one. It's really just like a task list, but you can set reminders for certain days and times to get a reminder on certain tasks that you need to do. I do also have things in my calendar, but I don't know, for some reason I just like the way this app works, and I can kind of see everything, and I make sure I set up reminders in advance. You don't have to have reminders on them. They could just be on a task list. You can have them with a date and not have a reminder pop up, or you can have a reminder pop up, however, you know, whatever's the best for you. But I'll have, like, say for example, if there's a doctor's appointment in the calendar, but then I'll go into the Errands app, and maybe like 2 days before I'll just put like doctor's appointment on Friday, maybe on Wednesday I'll do that. That way, just like a heads up, like, oh, that's right, Wednesday we have that doctor's appointment, or whatever. And then just like, I don't know, things like feeding my fish. I have a reminder go off a certain time in the morning and a certain time at night, and I have it set so that it keeps repeating every minute so I don't miss it. So like I have to click it off before it'll stop going off. It'll just keep going off. Like certain things that I just really have to make sure I do. I know feeding my fish sounds ridiculous, but like when I feed the dogs, I see them eating. Sometimes they don't, well, my dogs never finish their food all at once. Oh my gosh, my dogs are actually running all over the house right now, and you can hear them above me where I'm at. I hope you can't hear them, but you probably can. Anyway, when I feed the dogs usually leave some of their food behind. They just kind of pick at it throughout the day. They don't always finish it, so there's no question I fed the dogs. But with my fish, when I feed him, he gets 3 pellets, and he eats them in an instant, and then 5 minutes later I'll think, did I feed him? I think I fed him. I can't remember if I fed him. It's ridiculous. So what I did is I set a reminder in the Aaron's app every morning and every night when he gets his food, and I know if that reminder hasn't been clicked off yet, I haven't fed the fish. And as soon as I feed him, I immediately go click the reminder off, because then I'll still forget. It's ridiculous. I don't know why. I can't remember, and I don't want to overfeed him. But just all different things like that. Like a lot of things that I have to make sure, like to take my vitamin, I have a reminder pop up at a certain time. And because I have it set to keep repeating every minute, I won't delay. I'll just be like, okay, vitamin, I'll go grab it, take it, check the thing off. My one daughter has a vitamin she has to take. Just anything like that that I need to be sure I take care of it and I don't want to forget. I make sure I set a reminder in here. And then I just have other tasks in there too. Just like things that I want to make sure I don't forget to do, like maybe set up an appointment, or, I'm trying to think like what else I might have a reminder for. Like I might want to remind myself that I want to go like clean out my car or whatever, just like silly things like that. But it's just a good place to kind of keep everything, and you can set reminders. Great. There goes my dogs running again. They're on the floor above me and they're running on our hardwood floors. I hope you can't hear that, but I'm sure you can. I actually came here because I thought it was going to be quiet because my one daughter was playing music upstairs, and it was really loud, so I was trying to find a quiet place, but there's not too many quiet places in my house. All right, so those are kind of like the productivity reminder type apps. Then what I have for groceries, like grocery related, is Meal Board, which if you happen to listen to the weekly meal planning episodes I do, that's what I use to keep track of all my meals. So I really love that app because it holds all of your recipes in there and all the ingredients, and it creates the your shopping list from whatever recipes you have on your meal plan. And I really love you could do like, you can show like 4 weeks in advance. You can go ahead weeks. You can't see more than 4 weeks on the screen at once, but you can flip ahead to future weeks, so you can plot meals out. Really, I've never tested how far in advance you can go, but further in advance than I've ever needed to do. So you can have your meals in there, you can create your shopping list, and I'm really, really a huge proponent of meal planning because I think it's so important to do, to save money, to save time, and to save stress in not having to think about like what you're going to do for dinner that night. In the morning, I get up, I check the Meal Board app, and I say, okay, tonight we're having grilled chicken or whatever, and I take chicken out of the freezer, and I don't even have to think about anything. It's already planned for me. And I follow like a meal planning rotation and whatever. I talk about that in my meal plan episodes. I don't want to get into that right now. But I just really love that this app keeps track of all of those meals and helps me keep a meal plan really simply. Also, another app that's more, it's not really like it's like a shopping, it's not shopping, it's just the BJ's app. It's like I use the membership app. You have to, like, it's not the membership app, it's a regular BJ's app, but you put your membership information into the app. And then what you can do is any of their coupons, like that come in the flyer, you can add them in the app. And then when you go to BJ's, you do not have to have those coupons clipped. They automatically come off of your bill when you swipe your card, like when you pay at the register using your membership. So I just think that's the greatest thing, because before I had this app, I used to, I was going to say in the old days, but not really in the old days, but before I had this app, I used to clip the BJ's coupons, and sometimes I'd forget them, and I'd be like, oh my gosh, I really need this thing, and it's $3 off or whatever, and I didn't bring the coupon. So now what I do is I go through the flyer as soon as it comes, and then I add every coupon that I might, for things that I might possibly want to buy, and I stick them in there. And I don't buy things just because there's a coupon, but if it's something that I know I will definitely buy, then I'm going to buy it now with the coupon and not wait. But it's also great too, because if I forget there's a coupon for something when I'm buying it, I already have it in the app, so it's automatically going to take it off. So I err on the side of putting as many coupons in there for things that I'm likely to buy. That way I just know they're all covered, and if I do wind up buying one of them, I have the coupon in the app. So that's what I really like about the BJ's app if you happen to shop at BJ's. I also love the IntelliList app. It's just like it's a list making app for groceries, and you put the prices into the app. You can have multiple different stores. Like I shop primarily at BJ's and Aldi's, but I do also go to Stop and Shop or sometimes ShopRite. You can have your prices customized by store, and you can have your list by store. So like when I go grocery shopping, I have a separate list of what I'm going to buy at BJ's. I have a separate list of what I'm going to buy at Aldi. If I need something, say at Stop and Shop, because I know that BJ's or Aldi's doesn't carry it, I'll have a separate list for that. And what I love about it is that you put all of your grocery items in the app. You put prices for all your grocery items. Like say if I don't know, at Aldi, say chicken is $2.49 a pound. I don't remember. I know it's really cheap at Aldi, but I don't remember the price offhand. But you would put in chicken breast, $2.49 a pound. And say you're going you're creating your grocery shopping list. So you go into the app and you search chicken, and then it says chicken, $2.49 a pound, and you say, okay, I need 3 pounds. You put plus up to 3. Now that's on your list. So it'll calculate how much that 3 pounds of chicken is going to be. Say you want a can of black beans at Aldi, they're really cheap. I think they're like 49 cents. So it has 49 cents in there. So if I add black beans to my list, it'll add 49 cents. So I do have to say the initial setup, it did take me a little bit of time, and I do not keep up with price changes. It's really more to ballpark about how much the grocery trip is going to cost me. So what I do is I look at my meal board list, and then I go into the IntelliList app and I add all the items that I'm going to need into my list, and they're there already. So it's not like I'm saying chicken breast. I'm not typing anything out. I just search CHIK and chicken pops up, and I click it and I put it in. I search black beans, it pops up, I put it in. It's not like I'm sitting there typing in this whole list. But once you get your whole list together, it will show you the grand total based on the prices that you have in there that you're going to be spending at each store. So that's what I really love about it, because I know before I go to the store how much about I'm going to spend. It's not exact because, like I said, I don't keep up with the prices because I'm not that concerned about it. I more just want to know, am I at like the $100 range or am I at like the $150 range? I want to kind of have an idea of where I'm at. So I just really love that, because then if it's adding up to way more than I wanted to spend that week, I have time to reassess what I'm buying and say like, okay, well, we need paper towels, but we still have a few rolls left. I can probably wait till next week to get those. Okay, we're doing hamburgers this week. Maybe I can not do that, and instead we still have some leftover chicken in the freezer that needs to be used up to make a soup or something. I don't know. You know what I mean? I have an opportunity at least to make changes. So that's why I really love that app, because it's so helpful to me in making sure I'm going to come in on my grocery budget and not finding out after I'm already at the store and then there's not much I could do to make changes at that time. It gives me time to think. So that's an app that I use all the time, and I just really love it. Ibotta app, that's like one of those savings apps where like you scan in your grocery receipts and it'll give you money back on certain things. So I didn't have too much luck with just regular shopping at like BJ's or Aldi. They don't normally have too many items that you can get money back. Sometimes they'll have like what they call like an any item at Aldi, or they might have like any milk or any whatever, and I could get like 10 cents back or whatever, and it goes into your app. I think you have to get $20 before you can cash out. But I do it when I can. I have found some good deals at Walmart where you actually get things kind of for free. If you go into the app and you click on Walmart and then you sort by like best deal or something like that, and you'll see some things will say free after offer. And I have done, just for fun, went and picked up a couple of those things, scanned it, it puts the money in your account, but you do have to wait till you get up to $20. So it's kind of like you have to be sure that you're going to eventually get up to the $20. But the one thing I really do like, though, about the Ibotta app is that you can also do pay with Ibotta. So if you were going to purchase something at a store anyway, like you could do it at Bath & Body Works, you could do it at IHOP, you could do it at, I think, Lowe's. There's a whole bunch of stores that you can use to pay with Ibotta app. And what you do is when you go to the store, you check out, and then you put in the price like that your total came to, and then it basically purchases like a gift card for you to that store, and then you just show the cashier the gift card, they scan it, and you get some percentage of money back into your account. And then again, once you hit that $20, you can take it out. But I've actually gotten a decent amount of money accumulated over time. I mean, not a huge amount, but I think since I've started using the app, I've gotten like $60 in total. So it's kind of good, especially for that purpose, because you're not really buying anything that you wouldn't have bought. You're just using it to pay at a store that you were going to purchase something at anyway. So it might be worth checking out. I think it's kind of fun. It's not like I definitely am not making a ton of money or saving a ton of money from it, but it's more just something fun to use. I also do like Fetch Rewards. Again, I don't really buy a lot of things that you get big rewards for. They're really going towards the name brand items, and I don't typically buy those because I'm usually shopping at Aldi, which is primarily store brands. And then even when I'm shopping at BJ's, I'm not usually buying the types of items that you're going to get like those big point rewards for on like a Fetch Rewards app. But either way, every receipt you scan in, you do get something. Usually it's 25 points. Sometimes I'll happen to buy something, like I bought Hellmann's mayonnaise the other day, so I got like a bonus extra 25 points. So 25 to 50 points. I usually have at least 2 receipts, so I probably get at least 50 to 75 points a week. And then once you get like 5,000 points, you can buy like, well, it might be lower numbers too, I don't know. But I know the first one I had happened to look at was like for 5,000 points, you could get like a $5 Amazon gift card, or all different types of choices. I usually always do an Amazon gift card if I have an option for something like that, because I buy a lot of things on Amazon. So again, it's not a whole lot, but I don't know. I just figure if all I have to do is just take a picture of the receipt real quick when I get home and the points accumulate, at some point I'll get maybe $5 or $10 from Amazon, and I'll be happy because I'll maybe get myself something little that I wanted to get on Amazon. Who knows? I think you would make more if you're buying a lot of name brand things. You could probably get a lot more money back, but then you're also spending more. So it's more if that's the type of stuff you're buying anyway, but I don't think it would be worth it to buy those things just to get the rewards. So that's kind of all my grocery and kind of savings apps that I like to use. For finance, before we go to finances, let's just talk quickly about the Libby app. I don't know if it's called the Libby app for all. I just got distracted. My son came running downstairs. I can't find a quiet spot in this house. The Libby app, I'm not sure if every library uses that same app, but it's the app that I use to get free library books from my local library, and I think it's probably one of the greatest things because you can just rent audiobooks, you can rent digital books, and they're free. You need your library card just like you would if you were going to the library, but you never have to leave your house. You can put books on hold. I just think it's really a cool thing. So might be something you want to look into if you have that available with your local library. So then another thing, this is more financial, but some of the financial apps that I really like to have, just my regular bank website, like the bank that I use for our regular checking account. I just think it's really important to always be checking in. I always check the balance. I always check to see if anything came out that I had forgotten about. That doesn't normally happen, but it's more just checking and keeping an eye on it all the time. Of course, the mobile deposits, ever since that became a thing, it's like the best thing on earth to never have to go to the bank to deposit checks. So it's just really convenient for that. I also really like an app called Wealthfront, but I do think you need to have an account with them. I think, I'm not 100% certain. It's like an investment firm, I guess you would call it. But what I really love about their app is that you can link all of your banking into this one app. So like say you have like a small investment account with them or whatever, but say you also have like a Roth IRA, or you have a 401k, your mortgage, whatever you have, checking account, savings account, you can link everything into this one account, and it shows you your net worth, it shows you your mortgage balance, it shows you what you have in all of these accounts in like one snapshot. I just really love it, because I just think it's so kind of cool to just have this one app that you can go in and it gives you like everything in like one snapshot. So I think it's kind of really neat. That's the Wealthfront app. I know there's other ones that are similar like that, but I don't know. I just thought that one was kind of cool. I also think it's a good idea to have your, if you use a credit card, I think it's a good idea to have like your credit card app on your phone also, because it's really important, again, to keep an eye on what's going on there. Same with your checking account, just to see purchases that have gone through, or sometimes maybe you might forget, if you're trying to keep track of a budget, you might forget like you made a certain purchase, and you just want to keep those things in mind to keep yourself on top of where your money's going. So the checking app, the regular banking app, and then your credit card, if you use a credit card, I think those are really good to have. Also, I know some people aren't like huge fans of these. I forget what they call them, like micro investing, but I do have the Acorns app. I think it's really fun. Of course, no, you're not going to save a ton of money with it, but what you do is you set it up so that it rounds your purchases to a certain dollar amount. I forget how it works. It either rounds up to $1, or maybe you can have it round up higher. I don't even remember. But basically, it rounds your purchases. So say you go into the store and you spend $1.50, it'll round you up to $2. So it's kind of hard to explain. Like, it doesn't round your actual purchase. Like when you see that charge come through your credit card, it'll still say $1.50, but it accumulates that 50 cents. And maybe if there's like $1 around here, round up here or whatever, like if you do $10 even, it'll always round up $1. So it'll kind of accumulate all of those, and then it'll pull that money into your Acorns account. I think it does it like once you hit a $5 increment, and then it just takes those and puts it into your account. So you just periodically have like $5 going in here, $5 going in there, but it does add up. So it's kind of fun. Like, again, it's not like your major investment strategy or like to do like huge savings or anything, but I just think it's kind of fun. And you get to, it is an investment account, so there's some risk involved, but you choose your risk level. You can, just like any investment account, you can go anywhere from like super safe to super risky. But it's kind of neat. I like to always check it and see, cause it's kind of fun, because it's like, you just have like little $5 here going and $5 there. So it doesn't usually really kill your budget, as long as you're leaving a little cushion in your budget for the week. And, it's just kind of neat to have that account, for just like little extra savings here and there. Like we're going to use, what we've accumulated in it towards a vacation next year. So it's just kind of fun and neat to have some of that extra money aside. So that's, the only other financial app that I really like is Venmo. Not the only one that I really like, but these are the ones that I like use all the time, and I do like. Venmo, I'm sure all of you have heard of Venmo. It's the greatest thing for sending money to people quickly. It used to be such a pain in the neck, like especially my son, he's 19, and sometimes, I don't know, for whatever reason, he would need to give me money for something, or I would need to give him money for something, and I would like write him a check and then he'd deposit into his account, or it was always kind of like a pain in the neck. Like he pays money towards his car insurance. Like we have him on our car insurance, and he pays a portion towards it. So like every month I'd be like, oh, you got to give me that money for car insurance, and then I'd have to like deposit the check. Now he just like Venmos it to me. It's just, we've been at places where we Venmo people to purchase stuff at like a craft fair. it's just super, super easy. Like, it seems like everybody has it now, and it's just a quick, easy way to send money to people without having to write a check or go get cash or whatever. So that's another one that I really like. Trying to think what else. Oh, the Kohl's app. Sorry, this is an episode I did not expect to be this long. I hope this isn't getting really boring. Hopefully, maybe something will be helpful to you with me sharing this information. You're probably like, oh yeah, I have all these apps. Who cares? But anyway, hopefully some of this will be helpful. I only have a couple more that I wanted to touch on really quick. The Kohl's app I do really like if you shop at Kohl's, only because it stores your Kohl's Cash and coupons in the app, so you don't have to worry about forgetting them, because it's the worst when you go to the store and you realize you had Kohl's Cash that you could have spent and you forgot it at home. So the Kohl's Cash goes right into there. And actually, even my sister got Kohl's Cash that she wasn't going to use, and she sent me the code, and I was able to put that in my app also, and use that like as if she had, sometimes people would like give you like, oh, I don't know if this ever happened to you, but my sister never uses her Kohl's Cash, so she would like be like, oh, here, use this because I don't want it to go to waste. So I was able to take the code and just put it right into my app, and then you just show it to them and they just scan it at the store, and there's coupons in there and everything, so you don't have to worry like that you forgot the flyer or whatever. So that's that one. Another one that I like is the Michaels app. I don't really shop at Michaels too often, but sometimes my kids need stuff for school, like, I don't know, like art supplies for school, or like my son likes to draw. He gets sketchbooks like at the holidays and stuff. And the thing that I like about that is there's always a pretty good coupon in there. So whenever I'm in Michael's, I always make sure to open up the app and check and see what coupon might be available. And then I'll use that to, to get whatever off my order. Let's see. Rakuten. I was using that kind of a lot at the beginning. I might use it again more when holiday shopping's coming up. Rakuten used to be Ebates, and it's basically like where if you go through their site, you'll get like money back. It goes into your account, and I think they send out a check like twice a year for whatever you've earned. It's like a rebate app, so you could use it on the computer or on the phone. It's not necessarily just an app, but I did really like that one for a while. I haven't been using it too much lately. I think the only other app that I really wanted to talk about was an app called Budget. It's just called Budget, and it's a very, very simple app. If you have the free version, which is what I have, I think it allows you like 3 or 4 line items. But what I like this app for is when we go away on vacation, I use this app to track our expenses, because I just do very simple buckets of money. I'll have like gas, meals, and miscellaneous, because usually like the hotel's already been paid for. If we're doing like a theme park or something like that, like that's already been paid for, or money's already been set aside specifically for how much that's going to cost. But where I usually always need to track our vacation expenses is eating out, gas if we're driving around, and miscellaneous things like, I don't know, you're out and the kids see something in a store, they want like a sweatshirt or like something from a tourist shop or whatever. Like all those things that you wind up purchasing when you're on vacation. So I put in the app the dollar amount that's budgeted for the whole trip, and every time we make a purchase, I enter it into whatever category it's appropriate for, and then I keep track of it, and I look to see, how much we have left. And at the end of each day, I'll kind of take a look and say, okay, we've spent this much on meals, we only have this much left. So if we're running a little high, maybe the next day we go light on the type of restaurants we eat at, maybe try and scale it back a little bit, but I can kind of keep on top and make sure that we're staying within our budget, rather than get home after the end of the trip like we used to always do and say, oh my gosh, I didn't realize that all added up to that much. So it's just really useful to me. I'm sure it could definitely be used in other budget tracking ways. Also, I use it for vacations. But it's just a very basic, simple app. But I just find it really useful to keep track when we go on little trips, just to kind of keep track of those budget categories that I'm kind of keeping an eye on. So, holy cow, this has been a way longer episode than I expected. I'm sorry about that. I hope it's not too long. But I appreciate you listening. If you'd like to reach out to me with any feedback, you can reach me at facebook.com/Lola's Frugal Life. I also have a Facebook private listener group, which is at facebook.com/groups/flawlessfrugallife. I'd love to have you join. Also, please don't forget to subscribe. And if you would be kind enough to leave a 5-star rating on the app you're listening to this on, I would really appreciate that, because it's supposed to really help with the show being found in search results. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you have a really awesome day.